going to be doing something different this time. I'm going to play Dragon's Lair, one of the classic games of all time. And what's really cool about this whole series right here is that it's a full motion video. And the trick of these games is you have to make right movements, otherwise you'll fall to your death. So, anyways, without further ado, let's get started. Today I'm going to be playing Dragon's Lair, and it says here, play as the Horric Dark Daring, a knight on the quest to rescue the fair princess from the clutches of an evil dragon. Control the actions of a daring adventurer, finding your way through a castle, or the castle of the dark wizard who has enchanted it with treacherous monsters and obstacles. And the mysterious caverns below the castle, your odyssey continues against the awesome forces that oppose your efforts to reach the Dragon's Lair. Lead on adventure, your quest awaits. Alright, here we go. And look at this main menu here. Here's the extras, which I don't know what it'll give you, but... Oh, look, they even have the trophy detail section. Nice. Alright. High scores and return. Okay. Let's get started with the game. Let's see. What should I start with? 3 lives or... Yeah. Off. Easy, yes. Yes. Sounds right. And as you can see right here, it tells you what the movements do, so you know. As you can see, I used the left thumbstick as the directional controls. Use this button here, which is the X button for the sword, and this button right here to pause. That's nice. Alright. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh, and see, that's another thing too. Well, if you don't do it right at the right time, you'll lose. Oh, crap! I haven't played this game for a while, so I'm gonna feel a little bit rusty here. Wrong direction. Alright. Oh, crap. Wrong direction. There you go. Ah, crap. Oh, man. I'm going to continue. Oh crap. Just push down and push down. Doggone it. Oh. Oh.
Save me!
Ah, dang it. Yeah, it's definitely been a while for me. But don't worry, guys. I'll keep continuing until I get this game through. Yeah, it's been forever. Dang it.
Uh-oh.
Save me!
Dang it. What? I pushed right. How did I mess that up? I guess I'm showing you different kinds of deaths in this game. It's alright. Not a big deal. I'm usually good at this game, but it's been a long while for me. Like I said. Doggone it. That's another thing you gotta remember not to do is press the wrong buttons. There we go, I made it. I pushed up. Doggone.
Save me!
Dang it. And push the wrong buttons or push the wrong direction, you'll lose either way. So, you gotta do what it shows on the screen. Otherwise, all of this will happen to you. Go figure. There you go. Finally. Oh, that's gotta be painful. There you go. Jeez. Dang. Don't worry, guys. I'll get this sooner or later. Okay, stupid move for me.
Save me!
Dang.
Save me!
Oh, damn. Sam. Remember left. Okay, no more screw-ups. Man, this is gonna take me a while to get back in the groove. Oh, let's try guy him first.
Save me!
Damn.
Save me! Save me!
Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. I pushed down. What? I don't get this. It's on easy, too. Jeez. Oh, damn. I pressed up, but I did it too late. Wow, just... Okay. No. There you go. Okay, push down. Oh, yes. Dang it. Okay, phew. This game's gonna be tough. Sorry, you passed. There you go. There you go. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, man. Okay, up. Darn. Double darn. I really am trying here. I really am. It's... As you can see, this game is not easy. I don't expect it to be. Oh, that was dumb. Oh, this is crazy, I know. I remember playing on the Sega CD years ago. Oh, that was stupid also. Damn. Let's try this again. I feel sorry for those bats. Not. I feel like I'm getting really close to the dragon's lair. Damn. Oh, come on.
Please save me. The cage is locked with a key. The dragon keeps it around his neck. To slay the dragon, use the magic sword. Please save me. The cage is locked with a key. The dragon keeps it around his neck. To slay the dragon, use the magic sword. As you can see, guys, this game was all about
trial and error. I know there's been so many deaths, but like I said, it's been so long since I played this game. Alright, let's see what's... Watch game now, draw now. I don't want to do that just yet. Let's see, let's watch extras. Or actually interview.
I think going way back in time was what I'd call the toilet paper version, which was a roll of cash register paper, and it would just roll forward and backwards like a player piano, and there were hundreds of hand-painted pictures and text on each on this roll of cash register paper, and the computer would roll it to the one it wanted, stop, and then a light would light up behind, and there was this dark smoke glass, so you couldn't see it until the light lit up. And
so it was mechanical and computer.
Yeah, mechanical and computer.
How long before you came to us was that? Was that going months before or a year before?
It's probably more than
interesting, right?
Probably 2 years before.
Wow.
And then after that, we took it to the toy companies, and they all loved it, and they had no idea how they would print that cash register paper. They had none. They said, we have no idea how we could do this, how we can manufacture it. And then, so I thought, well, we came up with what I call the Rolodex. And this thing was huge. This big, giant Rolodex with double cards. And it would go flipping through these hundreds of cards on each reel, and then stop, and then either this light or that light would light up, same thing with the smoked glass, and you would make your decision.
Determined, weren't you?
Well, I thought it was fun. Then we came up with the first Laserdisc version, which was still pictures. We evolved because for any given scene, we might have 5 or 6 stills, and we had for the first time live voice. And then that led to Dragon Slayer for the coin-op, and we're saying, okay, well, if we're going to do this for coin-op, because we were also developing coin-operated games, and we said, well, if we're going to take this thing, at that time it was called Secrets of the Lost Woods, and that became Dragon Slayer. And Dragon Slayer was just a working name, and you know how that goes. It stuck. If you recall, we had demonstrations and things working when you guys came out to show it to you, and I think the biggest point was when we saw The Secret of Nim, and I just went, wow, this is an incredible movie, film, because I forgot that it was an animated film.
So you pitched the Rolodex.
And called you.
I still remember the day you and Jim Pierce came to the studio, and when you guys left, we all looked at each other going, what are they talking about? I mean, it was just a different world, and all the way through it, I mean, probably, if you remember, you came to us, I think, in October of '82. Mm-hmm. And we jumped on it right away, and Don started thinking about designs and stuff like that. And then you sent over your first continuity of a sequence, and then he started asking questions like, "Wait a minute, we're going to go to a day. There's a moment any time during this little sequence of this particular room where he might die. We have to come up with ways of branching the
nomenclature, though, and we would say this is a threat moment, this is a resolve moment. This is a new threat moment. This is a resolve.
Think of this as like a behind-the-scenes kind of thing. Plus,
the one that you got me, because I was really off the lunch, where you said, even after you finish the animation, we're going to have to program it. And I thought, a program? Yeah, I know what a program is. You read it when you go to the theater. But I didn't know what programming meant, and I knew that there was somewhere down in San Diego there was something weird going on. That's all I knew.
Well, it started with Rick's team, but then it...
Yeah, I think there was an awful lot of controversy between our companies. It started out real good, and then I think it got pretty contentious. I think a lot of it had to do with the pressure too. We had the scripts, we had the artists that were doing all these concepts and so forth. And for the most part, our team had no clue about the art of animation.
True.
And so they were coming up with things that may or may not have been animatable at all from your all standpoint.
Yeah, it was sort of like we were lobbing stones at each other over a fence because we didn't know. I didn't understand your world at all, and then there was some reticence on what we were doing up there. So each was doing its own thing, what we were familiar with. We with animation, and they with the electronics. But also, Rick has a good sense of story and character, and so that's what I think was sustaining what was going on in your company. And then we were kind to grab the ball and run with it, but not knowing exactly what they were going to do with it.
So what do you guys think of this?
Anyway, I think Dragon's Lair, the first one, would have been even better than it was, I think, if we understood each other's kingdoms a little bit better. But it was a moment of getting acquainted and we knowing what their job was and vice versa. But I believe just the story elements, that we hooked into almost immediately. And what we were trying to tell was a story of a knight who was a ne'er-do-well, who was sort of klutzy and didn't know quite what he was doing and wasn't very adept, trying to save a princess that was equally not adept. And so
I think that it is absolutely getting acquainted because we were designing from a gameplay standpoint,
right.
And you were having to work from how do I bring it to life from an animation standpoint, and the problem was that sometimes what we were ending.
All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna exit this part.
Up with wasn't.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quit here and I think I'm gonna redo this game again and try playing without dying so much.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that was gonna screw up. Jeez. There we go. Ah, crap. That's right, I got pushed left. There we go. Oh, that was a stupid move. There goes the Black Knight.
Uh-oh.
Save me!
There we go. Made it past that part. Yeah. Yucky spider.
Save me!
There we go. Oh, Jesus, again.
Save me!
Oh, great. that was stupid. Oh man, I forget how difficult this game used to be. Man. As you can also see, you gotta really pay attention to what you're doing. Oh man. Come on now. There we go. Now taken down. 2, 3. Darn. Alright. Push right first thing. Oh, okay. That works too. Got him. Oh, come on, first right. Made it. Oh. Phew. There we go. Got it.
Please save me. The cage is locked with a key. The dragon keeps it around his neck. To slay the dragon, use the magic sword.
Man. Yeah, if you wait too long or press the buttons at the wrong time, you're gonna die.
his neck. To slay the dragon, use the magic sword.
Alrighty. Awesomeness, man. Awesomeness. Alright. So, what do you guys think of this game? Pretty cool, huh? Let's see. Well, it gives you the option to watch the game itself, but why do that when you experience it yourself? Check video. What's this?
Dragon's Lair, a fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight on a quest to rescue the fair princess from the clutches of an evil dragon. You control the actions of a daring adventurer finding his way through the castle of a dark wizard who has enchanted it with treacherous monsters and obstacles. In the mysterious caverns below the castle, your odyssey continues against the awesome forces that oppose your efforts to reach the Dragon's Lair. Lead on, adventurer. Your quest awaits.
That must be the commercial for the game. And looky here, this is pretty cool. Shows you how to draw the main character you played as.
The next drawing we're going to do has two characters in it, and the two are Dirk and the dragon Singe. Now, Dirk is a little tiny character, and Dragon is a great big character, Singe is. So, what I'm going to do to cheat this a little bit is I'll pull Dirk into the foreground so that he stays kind of big, and push the dragon into the background. And I think, just to get this thing to work, I'm going to sketch out how I can do this. This dragon is sort of looking at Dirk like that. And I can bring all the tail up around like this. And maybe the legs of the dragon like that.
Isn't this cool?
So I think that's going to work. So the dragon, what I just told you, I think is really relevant here. What's the dragon doing? Is he excited? Is he angry? Does he want to get Dirk? All of that becomes really relevant. So I get a dragon that's going to be kind of that big. So Dirk, if I turn him around and put our back to us, we're not going to see him too much. But what I could do is have him, he's just made a swing at the dragon, and he's really in the foreground up here. So I'll put his head there, maybe arms like this. There's his sword. And so I want to do it in action, because somehow the action always looks better rather than just standing there. And we'll say he has just swung the sword like that, but the dragon had stepped back and it missed. So that gives me an idea of what the picture's going to look like. Right now I've got this down in this corner, so it looks like we're going to probably have to take the little seal and put it over in this corner. But I think it'll work. So let's get this singed dragon to work for us. Really important. I'm going to just slightly detail again, so I know what I'm drawing here. The eyes will be somewhere there.
hard part about this dragon a lot of times, once I kind of get the idea, then I can work with a little more confidence. I'm going to say the dragon is really, really angry or really fierce because it's going to make a better drawing, which means his hands are going to take on kind of a stiff look. Shoulders up here. That's going to work great. Then I'll put all the spines and all the decoration on just a little bit later. Let's see what Dirk's going to look like. I think he's going to be looking back towards the dragon, so I got the eye line right there, and I'm going to put his eyes looking up at the guy. So it's sort of like that. Here'd be his helmet. There's the Dirk nose and the Dirk frown. That works. And his shoulders. It's really hard with human characters. You have to get the anatomy just right, or anyone looking at it says, it doesn't look right. And they'll spot it immediately. Even if they're not an artist, they'll spot it. So it'll be something like this. So far I'm fairly confident. I'm going to be careful with the little skirt, not to put it on too soon because he's in motion. When a character is in motion, all the what we call the secondary action things, which would be things like cloth or hair or tails or anything like that, all of those things move according to what the character is doing. So I'm not going to put this on yet. I'll just wait, and I'll know just what to do later on, but right now I don't know. Okay, so that gives me an idea of how Dirk is going to look. So let's start detailing our dragon and see if we can't get this guy looking really terrific. Go up here, and we're having the eyes and the mouth are always really important. There's a knob on top of his head. And the brows are always a little darker than anything else. The cheeks of the dragon tell you, what he's doing. So I think the dragon has one of those mean kind of smiles on his face. And the big nostrils, which you can see. When we were first learning how to draw this dragon, everybody had a lot of fun with it because we had no clue. No one knows what a dragon really looks like, unless you look at the kimono dragons. And you just don't know, so you have to make something up. So we stuck right on the bottom of his chin these two great big warts with these little growths that come out of them. And we went up at the top of his head, on the knot on the top of his head, and did the same thing, so that he has these appendages that come out of his head. And it made him really interesting. Then we thought, well, why not put sort of like, out of the same point right here, we're going to put these big fan-like things on his cheeks, which are like fins. And he suddenly got very interesting. And what we use these for is whenever he looked like he had a burst of adrenaline, these things would open up and these would straighten out so that it gave us little appendages that gave him expression. We thought we were so clever in those days. Now I give him the regular dragon tongue right now rather than having him just spit the fire. So now let's head into the back of the dragon. He has all these really great looking spines on his back, which drive animators crazy. But they're also part of his charm. If you go up here like this, you have to start putting all these little lines. Now these things tell you what the perspective of the dragon is. Since it looks like we're kind of upshot, I like to kind of change the direction and make them go up, so that we look like we're looking at underneath him, which only helps. Now he's also a very strong guy, so you want to give him, all the musculature that he needs to be a dragon, and also a little detail that I'm going to get more into later on. So there's all these little warts all over him.
That's okay.
So there we go. Let's draw his chest. On the chest, I'm going to continue the So far I'm liking it. I think it's going to be good. Right, then here again, here's some of these little warts that get all over his skin. I don't know what those are, just makes them look a little bit kind of like an animal, so we do that.
2 3X's and 1.
And I even forgotten who came up with that idea. But it was a combination of a lot of people working together. You know, I kind of got a straight over here with these curves. Those are playing against each other. And against the straight, here's another curve. But I don't want to parallel anything. Parallel lines usually are a boring thing. Here we go. Let's get into the
Looks very fascinating.
Again, since he is he's angry right now, I think what we want to do is we want to get all of the feet, the toes, the hands, the fingers, and all that to be very stiff looking, so that he's got them extended. And the claws on the end of them, it's going to make it look really, really big. Alright. And right here, we do this, and then get this other leg. And he has big fleshy legs, so don't be afraid if you're trying to draw this guy to make them kind of big and flat and fleshy, but also a real fleshy knee. There we go. Then on the spines, you won't see all the spines on the back of them. You'll see some over on this side. And then they pick up once again when you see the top of his tail. And they're not all the way down. I've chosen to put them partially down, and then there's a little smooth part where maybe some have fallen off, and then there's a few more, and then there's a few more. And I'm using this tail to draw attention to Dirk, who's out here in the open. So this is going like this. It's leading you right to look at Dirk. Bottom of his tail, a few more spines, not too many. It's what you leave out sometimes that makes it look good. Okay, let's do the other hand up here. This is claws. It's almost a human looking hand, but not. This is foreshortened. So there's the bicep. Here would be the elbow down here. And then we decorate it with the few little warts. That does that. All right, let's finish off Dirk for us. We're almost there. There we go. Dirk is actually really fun to draw. Once you get the hang of him, I always enjoy doing this. Sometimes I can't exactly talk why I'm doing some of the things, but it's sort of an intuitive process after a while. So you get to know when the line's in the right place or it's not. Don't be afraid to use your eraser, because that's why if you make mistakes, you just admit them, erase it, and go on. All right. Now Dirk, you have to think through this, you know, how is he grasping? Here's his hand, his thumb goes on the other side. This other hand is upside down, and this is the thumb here. All right, and I'm liking that.
This is very interesting. This is one of the extras you get with the game trilogy. Pretty cool.
There's the knob on the end of the hill with sword.
He's teaching you how to draw all these characters. Awesome.
There we are. Now I'm ready to kind of put clothes on this guy. And I know that you let that fly up there because he's moving forward, so this trail's behind like a secondary action. Here's his other leg. If it looks like at any time you don't like the way you've drawn this, just erase, and as long as you're drawing with a fairly soft pencil, you don't have a problem because you haven't grooved the paper. He has big, big legs down to him, almost no ankles at all. And no one knows why he has no ankles. We're just accepting it. So there's your dirt. Now the last thing to stick in, of course, is these lines, speed lines that indicate the swing that he just took. And a little bit of a shadow will put him on the ground. And there you have it. Dirk and Singe. Work it out.
Very fascinating, I say so myself. Well, that's it for the original Dragon's Lair. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm going to play Space Ace. Alright, be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and be sure to comment in the comment section. Alright, this is all I have for now, guys. Until next time, until next time I'm going to call it a night. Stay tuned for next time, y'all.